Will zoysia grow in the shade? Well, we have to clarify first, what type of zoysia are we talking about? There are probably, I wouldn't even venture to guess, maybe 30 different types of zoysia, and there's pretty much two different families of zoysia. There's the fine bladed zoysias, and there's the little bit coarser bladed zoysias. We carry three different types. We carry the coarser bladed one, which is the Palisade zoysia, that is probably my favorite. And we also carry the, as fine bladed zoysias go, we carry Emerald and Cavalier. They are, if I was going to compare them, they are a lot more like something like the Tifway Bermuda grass, very, very fine bladed. And if I was going to make a comparison on the Palisades, it's certainly not as coarse as St. Augustine, but it's a lot thicker bladed than the two fine bladeds. The first question that we're going to ask you if you call here and you want zoysia, we're going to ask you how much sun do you get in the area that you want to put the grass. If your answer is something more like 6 or 7 hours, which is a fair amount of sunlight. Somebody that's got a lot of big oak trees and whatnot is certainly not going to get that kind of sunlight. But if you do get a good amount of sunlight, I'm going to steer you to Palisade zoysia. It's easier to take care of in my mind, and it's just like taking care of St. Augustine, actually. And that's the reason that I like it, because anybody that's ever taken care of St. Augustine can take care of Palisades pretty much the same way. The two fine bladed zoysias, which are the Emerald and the Cavalier, they can handle more shade. As long as you get 4 or 5 hours as opposed to the 6 or 7 hours, you can grow the two fine bladed zoysias, the Emerald and the Cavalier. And that's where they really have their place, I suppose. A lot of people, the aesthetics of them, all three of them, is very good. I am partial to the Palisades, and for me, I still think it comes back to the ease of care is the reason that I probably favor it. The three all have their place though, and if you have a fair amount of shade and want to give zoysia a try, the Emerald and Cavalier are both good options. They grow slower. Some of the comparisons between the three, other than the width of the blade, is that the fine bladed zoysias grow slower. So that could mean mowing a little less frequently. Where Palisades is, again, just like St. Augustine, it needs at least weekly mowing. It is certainly a more aggressive, has a more aggressive growth habit than the finer bladeds that we carry. So to answer the question about whether or not zoysias will grow in the shade, it's going to depend on how much shade we're talking about. The rule of thumb is Palisades need 6 or 7 hours of direct sunlight, and the Emerald and Cavalier can survive on the 4 or 5 hours of direct sunlight. They both have their kind of their pluses and minuses, but if you do have a shade issue and you really want zoysia, the Emerald and the Cavalier could absolutely be an answer to fill that need.